We've been here so many times, and you still stand in awe at the size of this place. We're at AT&T Stadium. Welcome to Arlington, Texas. Today, there's an NFC fighting storm between the Washington Commanders and the Dallas Cowboys. Chad Ryland will have the honor of getting us started. And here we go from AT&T Stadium. Here's a return from the 7. All right, so he'll get this up to about the 30 before he goes out of bounds. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Bronco 80. 19 Lion.
Daniels going to throw to get us started. Right side cut by Higgins. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Throwing now, Daniels. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
The first carry now for Jonathan Brooks. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Cowboys closing in, and they get to him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Well, we're already seeing his legs going to be a factor in this contest. But I'll tell you what, kid, if pressure's going to be on him like that, he's going to have to put his running back cape on and really use his ability to escape and keep things moving forward.
Completes this one to Gray. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. So a timely moment for a big play, and they get the first on 3rd and 19. Working inside the red zone. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6, and it sets up 2nd down.
Let's go now. Gotta be lying.
From the gun, a give to Brooks. Pop behind the line here on 2nd down, which is only going to make things tougher for this 3rd down coming up. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuffing the run.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. Has him on the quick hitter. And he is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders finish up an excellent opening series. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep. Certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop it.
Now is York to kick this one away. Short kick here, fielded at the 15. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. First and 10 from the 32.
Let's go now.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. For big yards on the right side. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
And he gets it forward, is still about a yard out of that. Leo Chanel able to bring him down.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays, the ones that amount to really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Takes the second down snap. Got to it right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. 3rd and long, they're going to throw. That is once again incomplete, and consecutive incompletions have now pushed them to 4th down.
Kate, I've talked to you over the years, the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On 3rd down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
So from a mile away, they'll send out the field goal unit to take a shot at this one. This from the right hash and a considerable distance.
Hey, listen, I know kickers are arguably better today than they've ever been in the history of football. But anything from 60-plus is still awfully ambitious. And that time, it didn't pan out.
Daniels setting up the play action. Completes it to his running back. Here's Jonathan Brooks. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
2nd and 10. Need something positive here.
Viking 18. Panther 60. Panther 60.
From the gun, it's Daniels. That's Kincaid with a catch out left. And he's got this one down to the enemy 35 before they force him out. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. A nice gain and a first down there, Brock, on a throw that most quarterbacks would have shied away from.
You know, tight ends, these guys, not the only position that can make that look routine, fending off a couple defenders, and it's really why, Kate, they're such valuable commodities.
And this one too far in front of him, it's incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
To throw again on 2nd down, Daniels. Pass cut by Brooks. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball, right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Got it. Ready?
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. To the air again, Daniels. Has it downfield working the left. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Washington first down.
Ready, ready. First and 10 at the 13-yard line. Here we go.
Brooks is going to get it off the zone read. And that That is exactly what you're looking for on a first down run. He picked up 7.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense. That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Drive has gone 8 plays now as they face 3rd and 3.
Come on, set. 77 Wolf, 10 to 11, 10 to 11. Cut 19, cut 19.
Out of the gun, Daniels. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB, over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. You've got to find a completion right there.
York knocks it through. And special teams convert to get them a little something out of that possession.
How about that? He gets to add a field goal to his extra point. And 2 series in, he knows he's played a big role in this one.
Fielded just shy of the end zone. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10.
Viking 18. Check smash, check dragon 60.
Airing it out to start this drive. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Forced to the ground.
Tough one to retain through that hit. And now it's 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
They'll try something else from the 27 this time. 2nd and 10.
60. Let's go now. 18, Pioneer. 60, Bobcat. 60, take over.
Throwing from the gun here. Makes the connection. This is Jaden Blue. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
He gets it out left, and it's gone. And they're turned away on 3rd and short. Actually might have lost a yard. That's going to bring up 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
This one down right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Running back sent in motion. Throwing on 1st down. Daniels. They'll set up the screen. Brought. And they're going to have it all the way down to the 25. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
It's a pickup of 44 yards. And the Commanders' 1st down. A pickup of 44 yards on the play.
1 quarter down for these 2 NFC East teams. It's a 10-0 ball game. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Commanders in possession. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Now Daniels off the play action. He rolls to his right. Nabbed along the sideline by Higgins. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up first and goal.
There are times a quarterback's got to be blacksmiths. When you're in the pocket, there's just a certain timing and precision. When you get outside that pocket, you got to be an artist. You got to be creative, and this guy is.
60 boxes, 60.
Here's Brooks. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
They go to him again. And this time he's got it. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders make it a 16-point ball game. It's a Jonathan Brooks touchdown. York now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders take a 3-possession lead.
Commanders 17. Cowboys nothing. Dave York to kick off.
On now is York to kick this one away. Fielded at the 14. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Cowboys just about set. Here comes first and 10.
70. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Throwing off the play fake. Finds a seam down the middle. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Give him 24 yards on that one. And that's good for a Dallas first down. One play in, and they are already close to midfield.
Come on. Set. 18 Cardinals.
Working now from the gun. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
So first down from the 41.
Set up. 19. 60 Eagle. 18 Rattler. 18 Mustang 19. Let's go right here. Go.
Back to throw. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
No luck on first down. Here's second and 10. Sticking to the air here. Forced out to his right. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down.
60 Bobcat. Let's go now. 60, 70 Timberwolf.
They'll throw. Third and long. Pass is caught by Blue. And he's taken down at the 30. They gain 11 on that play. And that'll be good for a Dallas first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
He's got it at the 5. And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be first and goal.
First down.
Let's go.
First and goal at the 3-yard
Blue is in. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys start to fight back with their first points of this game. On is Chad Ryland for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Cowboys cut the lead down to 10.
Commanders 17. Cowboys 7.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Has it at the 11. He makes it in for the Washington touchdown. The The Commanders make it a 16-point ball game. York now for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Commanders take a 3-possession lead.
Commanders 24, Cowboys 7. Cade York to kick off.
After watching one kick get taken back, partner, let's see how well they can replicate it as this one's away. This taken from the 12. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10.
18, go!
Throwing now out of the shotgun. Look at that power, deep left side. That's complete inside the 35. And into the end zone he goes for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys fighting back and shaving 6 off that lead. Ryland tacks on the extra point. And the Cowboys cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. And this drive will start inside the 25.
Takes over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. Setting up the screen. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Let's go now.
Firing quickly out line, Daniels. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Manages a gain of 3 there. That's going to give the Commanders a first down. All set to go now from the 35.
Ready.
On first down, here comes Brooks. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. On the move, headed right. He's keeping it. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Now a shotgun handoff to Brooks. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on first down.
Back at the 45-yard line.
So after plenty of scoring already, we have reached the 2-minute warning. Stay with us. More from AT&T Stadium coming up. They break the huddle. It's second down now. Here's Daniels. That's incomplete on second down. Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're left facing third and long.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Finds the in route complete. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Washington first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
So first down from the 41.
Come on. Hit. Cowboy 80.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Finds him over the middle. And they bring him down, but not before he advances it all the way to the 20. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Now he'll just throw it away, but here comes the flag. There was nobody in the neighborhood of that one. No one in the area. He was still in the pocket. Seems like a pretty cut and dry intentional grounding to me.
Seems like you want to be an official someday, Kate.
Maybe.
Yeah, because you nailed that one.
18, Pioneer. 70 Lions.
Again, Daniels to the air. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long. But finally, this defense has an answer.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down.
70, 18 Cardinal. Go.
To throw again, it's Daniels. Drops this one underneath. Brooks. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. On 4th down, here comes Cade York and the Commanders' field goal unit. It is a 44-yard look from the right hash. York knocks it through. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
One of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm. He started game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Now he's York to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. A big hit there. He's not even going to make it back to the 20. Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10.
Let's go. 19 tight. Cougar.
They'll come out throwing. Complete out to the right side. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line.
Boys, first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Hits his running back. Rolling into enemy territory. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. How about 29 yards on 1st down? And that'll set him up with a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here we go. Hey. 60 Maverick. Warrior 70. Ready.
Trying to throw this from the gun. Sends this to the end zone. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys make it a one-score game before halftime. Ryland now for the extra point. And wow, Brock, this one is no good. He has been automatic so far this season. But for the first time here, he whiffs on that extra point. Wasn't accurate on the extra point, but he should be able to keep this between the sidelines, hopefully, as he sends this away. So no return this time. Let's see if they run a play or if they just decide to kneel out the half. This drive starts with barely any time left. 13 seconds in the half.
7 Pirates. 60 Bison. 19 tight.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
He tucks it and takes off. And they're going to catch him right as he gets this to the 30.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
Ready,
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime.
19. Get up. Cowboy 80. Get up.
Throwing here just before halftime. Gets it downfield. On target to Flowers. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And that'll put them up across the 35-yard line as they begin the series.
At their own 37-yard line.
To the line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, a give to Blue. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
While that run may not move the chains, Kate, that is such a confidence builder. It sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
After a quality effort on the last play, just really need to fall forward here to pick up that first down.
Rock all 80. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Get up.
2nd and very short, looking to pass. Down the field, he's got Lamb. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
That's such a good example, Kate. You don't have to be an elite runner to be a good thrower of the football on the run. The same fundamentals, the attention to detail to be a good pocket passer, they show up on the run as well. That's an excellent job getting the completion.
And that's going to be a gain of 8 on first down.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
They stopped him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. 3rd down coming up.
Either they knew play action wasn't coming, or they were totally sold out for that one. That was a shot. That's how you hit and make the highlight reel.
Okay, ready.
3rd down, 1 yard to go.
Get up. Take off.
Up the middle, Blue. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that's good for a Dallas first down.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. And you feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
First down, and they go right back to it. They're stuck with him, but this one heads the wrong way. He winds up losing yards.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
All right, a couple yards to make up, Brock. Time to rediscover the magic on this drive. Here's 2nd and 12. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's forced out of bounds after a nice play there, but still, Brock, not enough to avoid 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and less than a yard.
Here we go. Viking 18.
They're throwing it. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that leaves them with a decision to make on 4th and short.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit. Okay, you get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
Ooh, maybe some nerves there. He moved early on 4th down. Now we're going to see if this affects their choice to go for it. For the second time today, they're going to run the kick team out for the field goal. This only a chip shot from the right hash. The kick by Ryland is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Here in the third quarter, he gets a chance to make up for the miss on his first attempt of the game. This time, he is totally dialed in, and he gets this one to count.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. Drive start to the quick throw left, complete. And in a blink, they are up to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's going to give the Commanders a 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already at midfield.
Here we go. Top 50. Top right. 79 Bronco.
Daniels on 1st down. Right back to Flowers they go. Down to the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders now lead by 10. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
York tacks on that extra point. And the Commanders drive their lead to 11. On now is York to kick this one away. Returning in from the 16. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Now throw to start the drive. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10.
Let's go. 60.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Brought in right side. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Some of these quarterbacks, Kate, I swear, it's just instinctive. Like a great running back, they just know how to buy a little bit more time and to create space to find those completions outside the pocket.
19, Cowboy 80.
To throw here on 1st down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming. coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Throwing on seconds. Has a man on target to Thornton. And into the end zone he goes for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys shrinking the lead some in the third. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. You're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Raleigh set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25. All right, the Washington offense is set. Here comes 1st and 10. A carry by Brooks to start the drive. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Daniels back to throw. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. Got a man. That's Kincaid. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. They get 23 on that one. And that's good for a Washington 1st down.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Going right back to Kincaid, complete. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. That play good for 17 and a 1st down. We've set it downs from the 37. Daniels is going to throw again. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Now an inside handoff to Brooks. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
The thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Cowboy 80.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's the Commanders who hold the lead. Not a big one, though, trying to carry this through the end. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Come on. 18, 5 in.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Finds him over the middle. And he's close, but they say he did not get there. It's going to be 4th and maybe a yard.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Now Daniels on 4th down. He's got it to his running back. And he is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders making a 9-point advantage. It's a Jonathan Brooks touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this two-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
31. Now it's York to kick this one away. He'll take this at the 10. And this drive will start inside the 25.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard
line. Cowboys just about set. Here comes first and 10.
Set. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Still 10 to go. Second down now from the 23. Setting up to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. A gain of 15 there. And that'll be good for a Dallas first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. Back to pass on first and 10. On it, and he nearly picked it. Oh, couldn't hang on in the end. The offense got lucky on a risky throw there. It's second down.
Kate, as soon as this quarterback broke containment, I know your eyes and my eyes went the same place. Can you find a big play down the field? Unfortunately, there was not one to be had.
All right, still 10 to go here after they almost had an interception on first down. They'll throw on second and 10. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go, first down. Still sticking with the passing game. Backing this one down. It's Blue. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
15 more yards. That's another Cowboys first down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Dragon 60, Mustang 19.
Throwing it again here. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
That's a veteran move right there by a rookie quarterback. You see so many rookies, we do, Kate, who try to play hero ball and force things in every single spot. He's already wise enough to know how to throw it away.
Ball still on that 34-yard line, second and 10.
Here we go. 19 Lions.
They are throwing it again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Part of what's earned him status, Gronk, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Ready.
Third and long for him here. Complete over the middle by a He's in the clear. And into the end zone he goes for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys make it a 4-point game here in the fourth. They can tack on one more now, bring things back to within a field goal.
Kick is good. Makes the score. Commanders 41. Cowboys 38.
Ball is set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Here comes Williams on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
Commanders take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Going trips left here as they get set. First and 10.
Two. Viking 18.
They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he is stopped with authority there, but that stop came later than they'd like as he gets a good bit and that first down.
That's good.
Give him 13 on that play. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
13 yards. And the Washington
Fresh set of downs now from the 39. Throwing on first down, Daniels. Too much lead on that throw. That ball's incomplete ahead of his target. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that'll bring up second down.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. That'd be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. To the air again. Daniels. Dump off caught by his back. And he's hit and sent out right along that line of scrimmage. So no gain on first down.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. Second down coming up.
Let's go now. 7.
To throw again, it's Daniels. Hauled in by Gray. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
It was as if the defense knew what play was coming. That was a play they knew they could defend, and boy, did they ever, stopping it right at the line of scrimmage.
Third down, and they need to get 10.
Here we go. Start. Ready.
He'll throw it. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And the hit is made, so they bent to the competition, but they didn't break Gronk as they force this fourth down.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that third down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
Look at them. They don't want to surrender the lead or possession. The offense staying out there on 4. They throw it out quick to the left. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Wow, what a call. They wind up with 12 on fourth down. They pull off the conversion. To the line and set. Here we go. First down.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Again, Daniels to the air. We've got a screen to the running back. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Short pass brought in. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Dallas. Commanders only up by a few.
On the jump.
A touchdown would put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with first and goal.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Straight ahead, here's Brooks. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
Ball placed at the 7. It's second and goal.
Let's go. Cougar 19. 60 boxes.
Brooks again. And his defense standing tall. They keep him out of the end zone.
Give some credit to the defense on that one. We don't see him get fooled into making the wrong read very often in the RPO. That's why the RPO, in fact, is part of their game to begin with. He normally makes the right call. He didn't do it there.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for third and goal.
Bronco 80.
He's back to throw. And it's incomplete on third and goal. Talk about coming up clutch with that contact on third and goal, partner. And now a decision for this offense to make on fourth down.
We know how hard it can be defensively in these goal-to-go situations. We know that you have got to be on point, every attention to detail. That's a job well done by that defense. So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
At their own 28-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Buffalo 18. Set up. 18 card. Trap 60. Trap 60. Here we go. Check it out. Let's go.
Setting up to pass. On target to Thornton. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Let's go. Warriors. Viking. It's Panther 11. Panther 11.
He'll look to throw it. This is caught by Blue. Escapes the defender. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. The Cowboys signaling for their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. 2 timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock's still running.
4 yards. That's another Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Here he is to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he can do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
From the red zone now. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Bronx. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
Here we go. Hurt. I got it. Panther 60. Panther 60. 70 range. 70 range.
He'll work against the blitz. these final moments, and an extra point will win. Well, we knew this was coming. All touchdowns are reviewed, especially late in a close game like this. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position could be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. And it goes for a touchback, so time enough for 1, maybe 2 final plays here. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. Buys time, rolling right. Gets it downfield, on target to Flowers. Touchdown, and with almost no time left, he just likely won them this game. Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minutes.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them, and Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
Receiver in motion, going left. They give it to the back on the zone read. And he reaches the end zone, so they'll be up to a 7-point lead.
Well, that's a confidence builder moving forward. Every time you convert to, your coaches feel more comfortable taking additional shots and risks, knowing you can come through and deliver.
Now he's York to kick this one away. This one winds up as a touchback, so they're going to have one final snap to work with.
At their own 35-yard line.
To the line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here, 1st and 10. Here he goes, one final shot. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So it's a win on the road for the Commanders. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Commanders as we say so long from Dallas.